Welcome back. This is Bent Discipline with another lesson in the series. This one I wanted to title The BDSM Gene. And after reading this book, The Selfish Gene, and this book, The Gene, I came to the realization that there must be something going on. Why is it that there's so much BDSM found in public literature right now? Everything from Game of Thrones, CSI, Billions. Why is it so prevalent in our society? And it's kind of like porn with males where, how can there be a multi-billion-dollar porn industry and nobody watches porn? Well, this is very much the same thing. How can people be abhorred BDSM, but at the same time, books like 50 Shades of Grey or the movies are blockbusters? Now, half of all women apparently read that book in America, half of all adult women. That's ridiculous. That means that half of all women are interested in this, but they're not willing to pursue it. So I dug a little deeper, and after reading the book, The Gene, I came to the conclusion that perhaps there's something that's happened in our history that has made us susceptible to an interest in BDSM. And my conclusion was that possibly we suffer from the Stockholm syndrome, where when a female is in the presence of a male that kind of takes advantage of her and takes her, the only ones that are able to succeed in procreating are the ones that allow themselves to let this happen. And the same thing for the males. The only offspring of these pairings are the males that are most dominant and willing to force themselves upon these submissive females. So if that happened repeatedly in our history, which I believe it did because of the tribal warfare and the small groups that we belong to, even in modern history in the last 100 years, there's cases of, a warring army kills the opposing army and then rapes and pillages all the villages in the area. It goes back to our history of doing this over and over again. And so my conclusion is that the only time that a gene would be successfully passed on to the next generation when both of two things happen: one, that there was a dominant male willing to do this, and two, there was a submissive female willing to accept the change, willing to accept a new master, willing to take care of the offspring of this pair bonding. So I put this out there and I got a lot of feedback on it. I'd love to hear what you think. Be safe.